Welcome back, guys. Today I want to do something different. I want to take the time to play a match and explain to you guys what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. I want to showcase a match against Mono Red because I know this is a problem area for a lot of control players. So, running an Esper control list, I am going to kind of walk you through step by step what are the best plays and how you can do it. A couple of things that I want to showcase in the match is some inclusions in my Esper list. Mainly absorbs and Kaya Orzhov usurpers. These are two very, very undervalued cards against aggro. These two cards alone give you a chance to stabilize against faster decks. The 3 life from Absorb might not seem like a lot, but believe me, it is. Kaya Orzhov usurper, also very good against aggro. If you drop a Kaya Orzhov usurper when they have a board, most likely they are going to attack Kaya Orzhov usurper to get her off the board. This soaks up 4 damage from either burn spells or creatures that are already on board, and you also gain 2 life from exiling something in their graveyard. Not to mention the value that it holds against cards like Risk Factor, and if you get 2 counters on her and you minus her, you've pretty much won the game at that point against an aggro list. So, without further ado, I'm going to get into it and let you guys... So, let's see how we fare in ranked today. We are going to be playing a Kaya deck. This is not a bad starting hand. Negate and Essence Scatter in your opening hand are pretty good. I go first, which is also good. We're going to put the Watery Grave in tapped because this opens up being able to play the Glacial Fortress untapped. I would assume we're up against Mono Red, seeing a Fanatical Firebrand. I don't know any other lists that run that. Maybe a Viashino Pyromancer this turn, or a Steamkin. Skewer. I don't know if we want to stop Skewer. We do have a Sinister Sabotage open next turn, so I think that's okay. Might shock us. I think maybe that's what he's debating on right now. Yeah, we won't have to shock. Yeah. He was hoping to bait out a counterspell on it. He's only got 1 mana open. We can save ourselves 2 damage. We will Essence Scatter this. So now we're hoping to draw into a Cry of Carnarium would be a nice draw. Kaya Orzhov Usurper is not bad either. He will kill it, although we will gain 2 life and stall a turn. We could also force him to use both of these resources and a shock to take care of it. So I think that's what we're gonna do.
I like a good fight. Notice I didn't say fight. Buddy, what I do.
This is why I like Kaya Orzhov Usurper. It's a very good card against mono red. Now, you're going to say, well, it's just going to die. But the thing is, you have to realize this is soaking up 4 damage and removing a card out of a removable card out of his hand that wouldn't place otherwise. So instead of taking 4, 5, 7 damage this turn, we're going to take 3. So we really need to hit our land drop this turn, I think. So let's Chemisters. I'm debating it. So it's either Chemisters. We either Chemisters this turn and hope to hit our land drop, or we save the mana for an absorb next turn, or we Kaya. We don't have a creature to remove. I think Chemisters is the correct play. So we did hit our land drop. He needs 7 damage on top of what he has on board. We are kind of at the mercy of his hand. I don't think that he could have it. So, probably dead this turn. He has 6 damage on board. If we counter the spell that he plays, the Steamkin's still going to get his boost. So it's going to be 7 damage, but I'm going to gain 2, which put me 2 damage out of lethal. Depending on what his card, the second card he draws, it's like a 50-50 chance. If he draws a burn spell, we're going to lose if we hold mana open for the absorb. If he draws a land, we won't. We can -1 to Fairy to remove Steamkin. Or -3. That's still going to leave us within room of 1 burn spell. We could -1 Kaya and counterspell, which is the correct play. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to -1 Kaya to remove 2 damage on board and hold absorb open. So that puts us 5 damage away from lethal instead of 2. This is why you always need to take the turn to think through your plays very carefully.
I'm gone for now, but not forever.
So at this point, Teferi is really our only option. We can't plus her because we can't be within range of 1 burn spell. All we can do is keep biding time.
Let's slow this down. Let's take it back.
We're 4 away from being dead, so he could still win this game if both his cards are removable. So he might not have lethal if he's attacking Teferi.
Only time will tell.
Well, a little too late, but good game. It was a close one. We will be dead on this turn. I would say about 90% chance. Sure. We live another turn. Vraska's maybe the correct play here, honestly. It's unfortunate we do not have one more land. Okay, so there's our next land. We cannot pay the 2 for it, unfortunately.
I'm known for my excellent timing. You need to take the time out.
Alright, we have somehow survived this. Quench is going to be not useful, so let's go ahead and make use of Teferi by spending a mana to discard it and draw a couple cards.
Hold that thought.
So now we hit our land drops. I think we can still play the search and counter, correct? So we play the search for 2, we untap 2, we can still play the search and counter, so let's go ahead and drop it. Make sure we keep 2 blue open. Risk Factor is not the card that we wanted him to draw into. It was a best case scenario for him on that draw. We're going to Azcanta. I think we take the negate here.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
2 negates is pretty good. We also have this Kanto we can use again. So let's just Kanta for a counterspell. We're going to take the 2 because that was a bait card. We're taking Kaya over the counterspell because we don't have enough to negate and Sinister Sabotage that, and he probably has lethal in hand right now. So I think we need both of our negate oats open. That is why I made that decision. The only counterspell we could have took is an Essence Scatter for that. So let's negate. He can't kill our Teferi yet, but he can kill us. Let's see if we can draw into removal before we -3 our Teferi. Absorb is very important. That's the one we're going to take. We can gain 2. If we play Kaya and we exile, we can gain 2 life, which will put us at 4. But if he plays 2 cards, he will boost the Steamkin to 4. So we will still die. So in this situation, we don't have any other choice but to -3 to Fury, I believe. We do for sure want to gain life.
I like a good fight.
We have 3. So even if we pay, we can't play 2 counter spells. So let's let it go tapped. There you have it. So there was a very difficult game against a standard meta list mono red deck. I wanted to show you all that it is possible to beat mono red using Esper Control if you thoroughly think through your plays before you play them. If you rush through it and you just play what seems like the most obvious play every turn, you will probably lose the game or have a very hard time with it. I know I've had a lot of feedback from people on other sites that I post my decks to, explaining to me how they can't win against mono red with different control lists that I post on there. So like this control list, an Orzhov control list that I have, etc. So I just wanted to make a video kind of in live, in real time, just do it live so that you can see that it's possible. It's not easy and it's tough, but if you play smart, you can do it. We just played against a mono red opponent who had a very, very good curve, and we came out on top. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Well, the rest of your weekend, I guess, and I will see you next time.